If I told you that there is a law by which you can get any and everything that your heart, that your mind, and that your soul desires, would you believe me? If I told you that it is possible for you, the diligent student of success, to learn and master this law at such a high level that you can get anything and everything that you desire on demand, would you be willing and committed to pay the price in full? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Pedro Gould. You are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network, and the law of which I speak is known as the law of influence. If you haven't reached this conclusion by now, well, today will be a breath of fresh air for you in your pursuit of success. And number one determinant of attaining high levels of success revolves around influencing people to do that which they would not do in the absence of your presence. And it's interesting because this sounds like the definition of leadership, where you influence people to do things which they would not do if you weren't in the vicinity. So the law of influence has got a whole lot to do with you attaining very high levels of success. And let us explore this field and see what we can uncover. Hopefully we can deliver some value today to you. I was getting ready this whole week to do a business consulting presentation for a mega project that I'm working on with a huge company. And I realized very quickly that my ability to influence the audience at an extremely high level is going to play a significant role in the huge mega vision for the different business ventures that I'd like to embark on a global scale, especially in the arena of business consulting as one of my businesses. And so I decided to prepare on the best method, to influence the crowd. And I'd like to share this idea with you because it applies in so many different aspects of life, not just in business. It will apply in, employment. It will apply in when you're looking to influence someone of the opposite sex. It will apply in when you're looking to influence your friends. These are skills that you need to have in your breastplate. So I did three things. Number one was anytime you're trying to influence someone, whether you get up to speak in public, whether you're speaking to an individual one-on-one, or whether you're speaking to a customer trying to sell them on something, is the fear of making a mistake. It's the fear of exposing, your weaknesses. Human beings have a fascination with looking all good to the public when the truth of the matter is, there's some issues that need to be resolved. So I started thinking about my presentation that was coming up, and I wanted to make it very, very perfect. And I realized that, Mario, you got to keep it real and you got to be authentic. So one of the tools that allow me to actually accept my weaknesses and accept my mistakes came to me from one of my coaches. And he told me to use a concept known as affirmations. Okay, this is quite well known in the self-development field. And pretty much you pose a question. I posed a question in this case: why do I accept my weaknesses and my mistakes? And I give answers as to why I accept my weaknesses and my mistakes. So when I go out into the public, I'm not concerned about trying to, be perfect. Just give you an example of some things that I came up with. I wrote, for example, I accept my weaknesses and mistakes because I am a soul in the process of evolution and will make mistakes as I grow. Because my weaknesses and mistakes reveal to me where I need to grow. because at any given time, I strive to give my best effort. So I accept it when I make mistakes, because mistakes teach me to be vulnerable and forces me to face my weaknesses head on. Lots of them, because it opens up the door for me to express my authentic self, because it frees me to love myself exactly as I am. So when you work on these exercises of, accepting your mistakes, then you're able to focus on individuals when you're speaking to them and influence them effectively, because you're not concerned about not being too perfect. So that is one technique that I use to a very, very high degree efficiently to influence anybody that I'm interacting with. Second thing that I use is develop a very strong interest in the object at which you're directing your influence. So in my case, I was getting ready to do a presentation to speak about how I can help this specific business move forward, how I can help this business move to the next level. This applies in other arenas other than business. You have to be interested in your audience and in the material. I was interested in how to solve this problem for my clients. And I was interested in the crowd. And therefore, I'm able to influence because you can feel my passion. I am interested in making sure that you get something from this video that will move you one step forward tomorrow than where you are today. So, two things. One is, first of all, be okay with making mistakes, accept your weaknesses, and then develop a significant interest for your object of influence. If it's someone of the opposite sex, be interested in how when you're sitting down and having a chit chat. And then finally, the third technique that I use to develop a very strong level of influence is having a huge, always, how do I describe it? It comes up over and over, having a huge vision. Having a huge vision. This morning when I was getting ready to go and give my presentation, my idea was I'm going to present to this group. But when I was sitting down meditating in the hot bath, the idea came to me that, Mario, your business is bigger than what you're going to do with this group. You got to think about what you're going to do in the world. I had initially had dreams to build a consulting business and headquartered in New York. The vision changed when I say that, my headquarters is going to be in Suva, the capital city of Fiji. So once my dream got big, then I started thinking of, this is not a presentation that I'm giving to this group. This is a presentation that I'm going to be giving on a global scale. So when you start thinking that huge, all of a sudden your energy changes and people can see that, you're serious about where you're going. You're serious about making a huge, mega difference in the world. That is how you influence people, by becoming a person of substance, a progressive person, a person that is going places. Heavy stuff, I understand, but very transformative. Let us summarize everything that we have spoken of up to this point so that you can utilize it in your day-to-day activities. Number one, accept your mistakes and your weaknesses. Accept yourself as you are. I may have messed up in this YouTube video. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm concerned about you getting the message. So it's okay if I mess up. It's okay if my English ain't that perfect. Number two is get extremely interested in your object of influence. I am very interested in your development right now. That's why I'm giving you every aspect of all the information that is within me. I'm sending it towards you, and I've thought about it. I'm interested. Develop a big vision for the direction that you're going. So for your business, big vision shows up in the way you carry yourself. If you have a big vision for the type of girl that you can actually get and date, you carry yourself differently. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the law of influence. It is the law of magnetism. It is the law of hypnosis. This is how you attain success, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned in the Alpha Success Television Network. We keep coming.